Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back to Imtiaz IT Service. In today's session, we'll be just understanding about the string concept, which is very important in terms of interview and even though in terms of application level there. Okay. So in today's session, we'll be understanding about what exactly the string, and then we'll understand different ways to create the string, working with the string methods, and we'll see some of the problems here, which is related to the string here. And then we'll understand about string buffer and then forward with string versus string buffer and the string builder. And then finally, we'll try to understand the interview questions, which is related to the string concept there. Fine. Okay, great. So let's see. We can talk about the string here. Okay, so what exactly the string is? So basically, the string is nothing but the sequence of the characters. Okay, sequence of the characters. We know that in case of C language, we also have the concept called as string. But representation of the string in case of C is quite different when you compare with Java. Basically, in case of C language, when I say the string is nothing but represent the group of characters where, okay, it is end with null character. Okay. In case of C language, the character that is string will be end with always with a null character here. But in case of Java here, but in case of Java, string is an object which represent a sequence of character. In case of Java, string is an object that represents sequence of character. So when I say the string is an object means in generally the string is a class for which we create an object. String is a class for which create an object which basically represent a sequence of character there. Okay, so point is clear now. Okay, so basically when I said that string is a class, now basically we know that for a class we can create an object, but the question is in case of string, in how many ways we can create an object here? If you just look at guys, there are two ways where we can create the object for the string class. The first one is by using string literal, okay, and the second thing is by using new keyword here. Now we'll try to understand what exactly the literal and what exactly the new keyword slowly one after the other here. The first thing is we'll understand here by using string literal. So first thing is a string literal. See, the first thing is you need to understand here. What do you mean by literal actually? So let me make you to understand here. Let me make you to understand here by sharing the paint here. Let me open the paint, guys. I hope you can see the paint, right? Now, if you see, guys, basically when I just talked about literal, okay. So what do you mean by literal? Actually? Let's understand first term of literal. Okay. So what do you mean by literal here? See, basically literal means the value which is assigned directly to the variable. So for example, if you see int a equal to 10. So here, if you see that int is nothing but a data type, a is a variable, equal is a assignment operator, and the 10 is what? A value. A value you can say, a literal also we can say. Okay, na? Literal or value you can say. And this is semicolon which is end with means statement which is end with semicolon is called a statement. So this is a complete statement here. Okay, na? Right? So if you see that basically there are different types of literals which is defined in the Java. Okay, na? So if I just taken here, A is a 10. 10 is a value here. Okay, 10 is a value here, right? So value is nothing but here, right? Literally. So for example, if you take your string here, let me take a string also, guys. Let me take a string here. String. If I say string here, str equal to some value, guys. Let's say here Imtiaz IT service. So if you see that guys now, the value which is assigned directly to the variable, the value which is assigned directly to the variable is called as what ma? Literal. Is called as what? A literal here. Fine. So basically here, in case of string literal, if you see that, what is the behavior? What is the behavior here? In case of string literal here, if you see, look at here, each time when you create a string literal, the JVM will check the string constant pool first. If the string already exists in the pool, a reference to the pooled instance is returned. If the string does not exist in the pool, a new string instance is created and placed in the pool. So what is exactly it means? Okay, now you'll be getting a lot of confusion here. Sir, what you're talking about string constant pool? What exactly the string constant? We are not understand here anything here. Let me make you very clear, guys. Okay. The first thing is, if you just look at what is the behavior of string literal, let's understand here. See, whenever we try to store the value, let's take an example. Let's understand here. So, for example, I'm just taking string str1 equal to, I'm just taking a simple example. Let's say Imtiaz. I'm just taking Imtiaz here, right? Now, what is happening is now, generally, we know that whenever we define here, whenever we define, this is nothing but creating an object here. But what happens now, generally, whenever we create an object for the class, memory will be allocated inside the heap memory. Okay. So in the coming sessions, probably I'll be making you to understand the JVM architecture also, guys, what exactly it is and how the memory allocation can be done internally. Everything will be understanding the coming videos there. But for the timing here, for understanding here, let me make you clear here. Generally, if you see the JVM architecture, basically we have the 5 memory blocks. Out of that, I'm just taking the 2 things here as of now. One is a Java stack. Second thing is heap map. 2 things I'm just taking for the time here. One thing is I'm just taking a Java stack, and second thing I'm just taking as a heap memory. Okay? Now, basically, what happens, guys, when you define here. So, for example, here I'm just taking here string str1 equal to. I hope you can see the string. String. I'm just taking here Imtiaz. Okay, now, right? I'm just taking here Imtiaz here. Now, what is happening, guys? Now, as of now, what is happening here is basically if you just look at here internally, whenever you define the literal here, basically the memory is going to occupy inside the heap. But inside the heap, you can find a special memory block. You can find a special memory block, guys. That special memory block is nothing but your string constant pool. What is that, ma? This is your string constant pool here. So I'm just writing shortcut SCP. So string constant pool is a memory block, which is a part of the heap. Okay. Now, whenever we define any literal, memory is going to occupy directly here. So that means as of now, the object is going to create of the string. In that, that value will be stored like this one. And here for each memory block, there will be some unique code will be generated. So I'm just writing some randomly generated code here. So this is happening, guys, internally whenever you define the literal here. Okay, na? I hope you're understanding now. And then this pointing, that is str1, will be point to this reference here. So this is how will be happen internally here. Okay, na? Right? Okay. Now, if you just look at what will happen here, if I just taken here, let's take an example, another example. Let's assume that I'm just defining here string str2 equal to Imtiaz. I'm just taking an Imtiaz here. Now, what happens now? If you just look at here, in case of the string, okay, in case of the string literal, whenever it is trying to create an object, before creating an object, it will look in the SCP whether the same content Imtiaz is already available or not. If it is available, then it will won't create the new object. Rather than creating the new object, what exactly is going to do, guys, now? What exactly is going to do, guys? It is going to keep the reference here. So whatever the reference we are here now, the same reference is going to point it here, like this. So in short, if you just look at here, when you're working with the string literal here, whenever you define any literal here, directly the memory is going to occupy inside the heap. Inside the heap, there is a memory, another memory block called as SCP, that's the string constant pool. Inside the string constant pool, it is going to store it here. But generally, what is the principle, guys, now? it doesn't allow the duplicate content. So rather than creating the new object with the same content, it will be point to the same reference. So that's the behavior of this one. So that means if I just go back, guys, now, if I just go back here, string str2 India's. So how we can prove that? How we can prove that both are pointing to the same reference? If you want to prove that both are pointing to the, if both are pointing to the same reference, then we can check it here by using equal operator. Which operator, guys, now? We can use equal operator. Let's cross check one. If str1 is equal to str2, then we can say, guys, both are pointing to the same reference. Both are pointing to same reference here. Otherwise, no. Okay. Otherwise, not. Okay, now let's see, guys, are we correct or wrong? Right click, run as Java application. So are we getting the output, guys? Now you can look at here. Now both are pointing to the same reference. So from this point, I can say that whenever you define the equal here, so it is going to point to the same reference. So what is happening, guys, now internally now? What is happening internally? You can just go back here to the reference. So what is happening now? So now the str1 and the str2 are pointing to the same reference here. So what is happening here when I just use here, if str1 is equal to str2, so what is happening, guys, now? It is going to check the reference. So whatever the reference is there here, right? So this, okay, the unique code, the hash code which is generated here, that is going to, okay, compare here. So by using what? Equal operator here. Sir, what if that if I want to check the content of the string? I want to check the content of the string. If you want to check the content of the string, guys, if you want to check the content of the string here, okay. So here next point. If we want to check the content of the string, then we can use the equals method of string class here. So let's see if str1 dot equals, you can see, guys, we have a equals method, equal ignore case also. We'll see equal ignore case in the coming videos. So first thing we'll see equals method str2. Now we can see here both contained are same. Okay, now so here both contain are different words. So what is the expectation, guys, now from your side now? So you can say, guys, both countries are same because both are pointing to the same content here. Let's cross check and know. Yes, both countries are same here. So if you see, guys, in short, the conclusion is whenever you want to refer, that means whenever you want to check the reference, then always go for equal operator. But if you want to check the content of the string here, then always use the equals methods. So if you see that if somebody asks you the interview question, so what is the difference between equal operator and the equal methods? So what is your answer, guys, now? You can say that simply equal operator is used to check the reference here and equals methods are used for content of the string here. Okay, now? So this is about your string literal there. I hope everyone got clarity. The same thing for understanding purpose. I've just kept an example here for you to understand. So if you see that in this case also we have taken hello, hello. Both are pointing to the same thing. If I taken hello world here, just point to the different here. So always remember that in case of the string constant pool, it doesn't allow the duplicate content. Rather than creating the new object for the string class, it is going to point to the same reference. So that's the behavior of what a string here. So I hope it's clear, guys, now, right? Yes. So next question is by using string literal. So why use Java use the concept of the string? So what is the need of this one, guys? If somebody asks you the question here, okay, why we should go for the concept called a string literal? So the best answer is to make the Java more memory efficient here. What, ma? To make Java more memory efficient here. That means no new objects are created if it is already exists in the string concept. So if you see the big example here, in the previous one, the first time is creating the string object here and is writing the content as hello. But the second time, whenever you try to write another literal with the same content, right? So in this case, rather than creating the new object, it is pointing the same reference. So generally the point here is why we should go for the string literal if somebody asks you is, you can say the very simple answer to make Java more memory efficient here. So because of this, we can go for water string literal here. Fine. So this is about your string literal here. In the next video, we'll try to understand how to work with a new keyword there. Fine. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that people have understand this concept. If you understand the thing, guys, please share this video and please subscribe my channel. Okay. Thank you once again.